Can we all work together to build up and build out both Aba and Nnewi as industrial hubs? But let me say there is no reason why factories can not also be located in Owerri and Abakaliki. Let me touch on another important resource we have.
Take a look at this video. Our sister Ngozi Okonji have spoken and say what we need to do to make our place a better place. Even if they do not let us go, let's make our place a better place to live. Like Lagos we are running into, our governors and our house rep, local government chairman, all this work to make our place a better place. Do you know that our security is into our hand? If we want to make our place a good place to be, we will be able to do it by leading ourselves by ourselves and do it. Listen to this video and share. Follow this page for more information.
Can we all work together to build up and build out both Aba and Nnewi as industrial hubs? But let me say there is no reason why factories can not also be located in Owerri and Abakaliki. Let me touch on another important resource we have that we can make better use of. That is the large Igbo diaspora. I was surprised when I took an informal poll of a gathering of people in my village, Umudisi in Umuahia, to see how many families had at least one member in the diaspora. Surprised to find that almost everybody put up their hands. The Southeast has one of the largest diasporas in Nigeria, if not Africa. There are Igbos everywhere, from Douala to Durban, London to Leipzig, New York to Newfoundland. Igbos are highly educated professionals, university professors, doctors, lawyers, engineers, accountants and nurses, and also big sports stars in football and basketball in the USA in particular. All are willing to support the development of the region if they could find a stress-free way to contribute, and I mean stress-free. Drawing on these diaspora resources, there is no reason why the Southeast could not become a service hub for education or health in the country and the region. Let our professors help develop high-quality schools, and universities, building on education investments already happening in the region to attract people beyond the Southeast. And let our diaspora doctors build up specialist hospitals that can draw people from other parts of Nigeria, West and Central Africa and beyond. I happen to know that many of these diaspora doctors would like to help. My husband is one of them. It may sound far-fetched, but I'm convinced we can make the Southeast a services hub for education and health services. We can also draw on the diaspora for financing. I don't know how many of you recall that when I was finance minister, Nigeria floated a diaspora bond of $300 million, a first for the country. Drawing on the resources of our diaspora, though we also opened up the bond to other investors, we were able to attract hundreds of millions of dollars. Now the World Bank has recorded almost $21 billion in remittance flows to Nigeria in 2022, about the largest remittance flows in Africa. A significant portion of this must come from Southeasterners abroad. Most of this comes in to support consumption and some forms of investment at home. I'm sure the Southeast governors coming together can do some financial engineering and find a way to float a Southeast Diaspora Bond or fund to capture some of these flows and channel them towards financing some of these development priorities. I know that support from the federal government Ministry of Finance will be needed. It seems to me that we can pitch this to the incoming team. They seem to be open to fresh ideas, so why don't we try to muster their support? You will notice that I have not dwelt on agriculture or natural resources. This is because that is where we always go first when we are talking about opportunities in the region, forgetting all the other possibilities that I've just spoken about. But I have not forgotten that we have big opportunities in agriculture, oil and gas and some other minerals, some of which may now be in demand as the world seeks to decarbonize and get to net zero carbon emissions in 2050. But again, To fully make use of this, value-added investments in these areas will need hassle-free bureaucracy and appropriate investment environments. Before I conclude, let me say that many of these opportunities that I mentioned will not prove as attractive if the macroeconomic environment in the country is unstable. Low growth, high inflation, the depreciating naira, and exchange rate volatility make for daunting challenges. The federal government will have to get a handle on overall macroeconomic management for the country to attract both domestic and foreign investment and for the country to grow. They insist they are working on this, and I hope we can see stability soon. In the meantime, Southeast governors must work on the elements they can control, many of them listed above. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude by saying that I'm optimistic. Yes, I'm optimistic for the Southeast. Your coming together at this time is a great sign. Our youth and women are vibrant. They are ready to work. They are just waiting for a truly committed leadership. We have what it takes in the Southeast. Let us just get on and do it. Igbo kwedu.